Are you interested in real estate investing but not quite sure where to get started? Do you want to get the know-hows on creating ongoing passive income using the buy and hold strategy? Hi, I'm Janice Bowles, licensed realtor and co-founder of B Premier Ventures, a real estate development and consulting firm where we buy and beautify distressed real estate, renovate it, and resell for profit. With over 15 years of investing experience, B Premier has extensive knowledge in rural land development, fix and flips, and rental acquisitions. B Premier's current portfolio consists of properties within Florida and Virginia. Our firm's services includes investor project consulting, project management, and group coaching. For more information, visit our website at bpremierventures.com and schedule a complimentary discovery session or subscribe to our email list. It's free. Follow me on Instagram at Janice Bowles for additional real estate investing tips. B Premier Ventures, we buy and beautify.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Let's Do It Talk Show. It's your girl, Ladrine Howard Peterson, the CEO and founder of Do It, delivering on ideas and thoughts. And you know what I do in a nutshell, right? I help to turn dreamers into doers, and I do it from two aspects. I do it from the aspect of career development, resume writing, interview preparation. You have an issue on your job, you're looking to switch jobs. I am your girl. Then I also do it from a business aspect. If you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to expand your business, if you're looking to start a business, you have ideas and thoughts and don't know how to bring them into fruition, I am your girl. Here on the Let's Do It Talk Show, we were primarily created for entrepreneurs, right? Quickly, we realized that the entrepreneur was a whole entire person. So with that, we talk about finances, we talk about faith, we talk about the future, and we talk about families and relationship. So today, we're going to be talking about health, getting your body right, and taking some me time for you to get yourself together. So, of course, the title of the show is 30 Pounds Down. So for you all who have been following me on social media, I have been posting a little bit about my change in eating habits and also the dropping of the weight. But of course, it didn't start from there. It started from the gaining of it. But we will talk about that and we will transition into that a little later. So on the show with me today, very special guest, I have Miss Stacy Richburg, who is the CEO of Must Have Minerals. Oh my goodness, get your paper, get your pen, get everything out so that you can take notes. So we're going to go through it and not only talking about the pounds from the weight standpoint, we're going to look at it from a spiritual, emotional, nutritional, and physical standpoint because it really takes all of those. But you know what I do before we jump into the show, right? I talk about my weekend, but this time we plan a little bit catching up because it's been several weeks before since I have last been in the studio. So boy, oh boy, so much has happened. But on the video I talk about my experiences, and it started from Massanutten. So with Massanutten, went on vacation with my niece, and that's where she pretty much took over the food and the menu part of it. So I couldn't really eat anything, so we walked, we exercised, we talked, and she schooled me on a couple things. Then it was the shift, right? The shift. I started transitioning my eating habits. We'll talk all about that, but I went from smoothies, from the detox, which we will share when Stacy comes on to talk about her information. But it was a change in my entire life from various things. So many people know I didn't care for fruits and vegetables. I began not only just purchasing them from the store, chopping them up, canning them, doing all sorts of things to make them yummy. So all the childhood things that my mom let me get away with, I could have eaten some. They were not that bad. But I had fun in the kitchen, so my midnight meals have transitioned. So I'm still doing it at midnight, but it transitioned. Okay, then it was the slip. So people were asking, am I still cooking? It was my first time cooking steak, so I'm still cooking meat and I'm still eating meat. Then I got a candy bag from my little cousin's party. Then from that we transitioned to the rip. So I started like looking at videos and ordered me some stuff to start working out. And then from that I wanted to share my experience. So my friend and a co-host, Janice Bowes, invited me to see Tabitha Brown. Many of you know about her, heard about her, so I must have been under a rock. I only heard of the Wendy Williams clapback, but it was so much more that she brings, so much more that she brought that night that immediately turned me into a fan. So I'll share information, talk about that as we go along in the show. I just wanted to show you a glimpse of all the various things that impacted my life. So I'm so excited, and without hesitation, because I know y'all really want to know how the weight got down. So without any hesitation, I'm going to bring on my special guest, Miss Stacy. Stacy, how are you? Make sure you're unmuted.
I'm unmuted.
There we go. We hear you loud and clear. So, Stacy, my dear, first of all, I'm so excited to have you on the show, and many of the guests are as well. We have been waiting on this, and you are here. So, I'm not going to delay any further. So, I want to start off. So you and I met at the Faithpreneur Conference
Correct.
in New York. I'll tell the story, then we'll jump right into it.
You got it.
We were at a table, right? And Stacy was one of the sponsors with Must Have Minerals smoothies. And I'm like, I don't want any vegetables in a container. I was just like, no. So everybody at my table had one, and someone brought. No, I picked up one as well, and I waited and watched them till they drank it, and everybody started and So I was like, all right, let me taste it. It actually was good, and then I went back for another one and another one. So that was the first piece of changing. So let's talk about it, because as you tell your story and as we go into it, I will definitely share and chime in terms of exactly how you assisted me. So first of all, the title Must Have Minerals. Where did that come from and how did it come about?
Well, I am a holistic health coach, integrative health coach, licensed, and I've been practicing for many years. I was kind of born and bred into it via my mom. So it's been a part of my life for many years. But I went to school eventually to become a health coach, a certified health coach. And Must Have Minerals came about because I was doing an event, and a client of mine, I was talking about doing a yoga event, and they said, well, I have this person do smoothies. And I said, oh, okay. And she said, you know what, Stacy, you could do it. And I said, you know what, I could. And, sometimes when those things happen, a light bulb just goes off.
Right.
So that's how Must Have Minerals kind of came into play. The name Must Have Minerals is, a lot of people are mineral deficient. And it was the one thing that no one really focused on when it came to smoothies. So Must Have Minerals comes from you must have minerals. You must have minerals in your diet. They're very important to your well-being, your overall well-being. They are the building blocks of the body. So it's really important to focus on minerals. We are, a lot of us, mineral deficient. So in every drink that you get from me, you have minerals. So you're helping your overall wellness on day to day of drinking these smoothies.
Absolutely. So that was something that I really had to get a grasp on, because it's actually a perfect name. Because when we had our one-on-one, and I started telling you, well, you asked when you do the inventory as you go through the assessment, you started asking me all of these various things about me, my health, and also the things that I like. Well, I think I threw in the things that I like to eat. But anyway, but you helped me understand like the various types of vitamins that were necessary. But not only that, you explained what they would do to me. So it would help me. I'm not a pill taking person, but because of you explaining the benefit of them, it made it that much easier. But I love the name. I love your logo, and your color is green. I mean, it just might so happen. I like green as well.
Yeah, honestly, like you said during your first interview and consultation with me, it's really important that when I meet with each person, I find out about them, because we are all bio individuals, which what that means is that even though we have the same organs and we bleed red and blood and all this other stuff, we are created differently. And so the things that would affect my body may not affect your body the same way. So it's important that I get a good history on the things, your health history, what type of foods you grew up on, what you like to eat now. So it better helps me understand where to go with your program, with your detox program. It's very important, because I don't want you to take something that would be unnecessary or would be harmful to your day to day.
And that's very important. I love customization.
Yes.
Customization.
We specialize in that. That's created with love too.
Yes. And given your entire background and the fact that you didn't, and no disrespect to those who learned it on their own and just started making smoothies, but you actually were educated formally to practice in this area. So it's not just the smoothie. I mean, that's my thing. It was a smoothie for me. That's what got me. But it's you actually studied and practiced and learned this. So tell me about the vision and your goals for your business as you went to school, studied, and you made the determination of this is what you're going to do. What's your vision and goal?
Well, my vision is pretty much to continue to nurture and help people with their health and wellness. My clients range from 35 to 85, which is a large gap, but it's beautiful. I recently have been helping someone with themselves and their husband maintain some health quality through eating and the smoothies. So my vision for future is pretty much trying to write a book, do a book for overall wellness that kind of pinpoint age appropriate things and diets depending on health concerns. That's one. And for two is find a way to help. I find that we need to help sometimes our elders much more, because they need to have someone to have a voice for them. And a lot of times they don't know. And my biggest vision for that is to be able to help them and also help their children help them, So ultimately helping others and supporting others through their health and wellness journey is really important to me. I want to see people live long. And I know a lot of times it's affected via our history or culture, or how we grew up, what type of foods we grew up with. It comes from our parents, our grandparents, their parents, and just changing the narrative going forward. So there is better opportunity and better understanding on what is out there that can benefit us.
And I love that you said that in terms of the culture growing up and the various things that you ate. So as a child, every summer I would go down South Carolina, and my grandfather had a farm in the backyard. So we would pick the peas and we would whatever we did with the peas and put them out, and then we would eat the peas. So I love every type of beans, right? But it's so funny that you say that, because watermelon and pecans. So we had a pecan tree. So while we were outside playing, we would just eat pecans because they would fall off the tree. And watermelons grew in the backyard. I cannot stand either one of those. I think because I ate them so much. I ate them like so much. So it's funny that you say that, but sincerely, my mom let me eat whatever I want to eat. Like, I was a picky eater, so I didn't have to eat exactly how she cooked, right? She would make me my special plate. And I grew up that way. Like, friends that I would go out to eat with, for time after time after time. Like, I didn't start eating vegetables other than collard greens when my mom would cook those. But all of the other stuff, I didn't really start eating those, after my South Carolina days
Yeah.
until last year with COVID when I started cooking.
Yeah, and that's very important to understand that, the food that you were brought up on a lot of times was different. So the soils were different. Now it's being produced with a lot of chemicals because they need to mass produce to feed the masses. So things are very different. As far as foods are concerned. Also seasonings, seasonings, we forget that there are seasonings that go with the food, so if you just had the food by itself, it'd probably be great. But ultimately, if the seasonings that you're adding to it are full of sodium, which causes us, especially in our culture, for high blood pressure or diabetes, we need to change the outlook on that and what we can use. So, like, say for instance, instead of using salt, you can use lemon. Lemon is high as sodium as well too, so it's going to give you somewhat of the same effect if you use fresh squeezed lemon. It also, using limes, it alkalines the body. I mean, there's so many different variety of things that you can use. Garlic, fresh garlic is fantastic. There's black garlic, there's rosemary. There's so many amazing seasonings out there, and herbs, fresh herbs that you can use. Cilantro. A lot of times people don't realize that cilantro helps remove the metals from the body and from the mouth. It helps detox the metals from the body. So cilantro is excellent for you. So these are things that I find that it's important for me to encourage others to kind of go back to. So my family as well is from the South. So I grew up on chopped barbecue, collard greens, slaw, all of that, and
Wow.
love it. But can I eat it on a consistent basis? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're trying to live longer. We are living longer, but we have to make the adjustments that are necessary for us to live longer, because the expectancy of us as Black people to live is short. Why? Because they know what we eat and what we like, and they continuously give it to us. So they put it in our neighborhoods. They don't put the health foods at stores in our neighborhoods. So we need to try and change that trajectory as well too, because by supporting each other and giving each other just the information, that's priceless. The information is priceless.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so true. So I have so many funny stories with you, right? And I'm glad
Yeah.
that you was so patient with me. I appreciate that. I had never gone to Trader Joe's before, ever in my life. So when you were like, go to Trader Joe's, and I was preparing myself to go,
Yeah.
what happened? When I got there, I was so excited to get there, I left my list at home. And I'm like, Stacy, I'm here in Trader Joe's, but I forgot what I was supposed to get. So help me out. So it was interesting shopping there. It doesn't look like the Giant that I normally shop at, right? So, but as I went through, I started reading and started gathering up my things, and it actually was a nice experience. And the foods that I purchased, and I know that with your smoothies, everything you use organic. And I just have been listening and being educated by the things that you told me. So I just started, I was like, okay, this orange costs a little bit more than that. Well, the banana costs a little bit more. But the taste
It's so
is
different. It's
so
priceless.
different
Hmm.
that it's absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it. So I appreciate you for that. So how long have you been in business?
Well, Must Have Minerals has been around for maybe a year and a half. I've had Must Have Minerals. Again, I've been doing this besides the smoothies part, I've been helping others with their health and wellness for many years, because I have a spa salon as well too. So I've had, in the past, I had clients who had cancer. And so we had a program called the GIFT program, and we would help my mom and I both, because my mom is a hairstylist and she works with me, we would both help clients with their nutritional side of their health and wellness for their cancer and all that other stuff. So we would do free services for them if they were going through treatments, as well as help them with their health and wellness. And a lot of times it would help and also make them feel good, because a lot of times it's the caring aspect of someone just caring about what you're doing with yourself on a day-to-day.
Love that. And you kind of went into and touched upon this a bit, but I want to ask you fully, just in case there's anything else that you want to add. How did you get started, and mainly, like, what's your why? What's your why?
How did I get started as far as doing must-have minerals?
Yes.
So I've been, well, again, I grew up in this. My mother is a health coach as well, integrative health coach. She's certified at the same school. She did it 10 years prior to me. And I've been doing it. She's been doing it since I was 14, and I'm in my late 40s. And so I've been doing it. I was kind of raised with it. So it goes back to, I say, like, you know, you do what your mother, your father, whomever your trail line goes, you kind of pick up those habits, which they were great habits, and they served a good purpose for me going forward, especially having a business and having multiple businesses. It really helped, because being able to balance your health is so important when you're an entrepreneur, because you're moving, you're going, you know, you may not be getting as much rest as you like to. So it was really important. So my why was because I needed to have the longevity of being an entrepreneur and not getting burnt out so quickly. And by eating well and drinking a lot of water and drinking coconut water and understanding my body, it allows me to stay up longer than most. Maybe it allows me to run around more so than most, because I'm able to sustain my body with the things that I do on a day-to-day basis.
Love that. Love that. So businesses, when people start businesses, they start businesses to resolve a problem, right?
Okay.
So what would you say? I know it's several things that you do, but in terms of your business, what is the number one problem that you provide solutions to for your clients?
Overall well-being. Overall well-being, because ultimately people want to feel well. They want to be well. And being able to give them the information to do and be better, overall well-being. You know, I have clients now that they're like, listen, when I get to the doctor's office, I'm going to call you so you can talk to the doctor. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I don't mind doing it, but I don't know if I'll have time at that point. So overall well-being, you know, there's a void in our society of us just caring about one another, and caring about our health and wellness. You know, the spiritual aspect, the physical aspect, the mental aspect. And it goes hand in hand. So overall well-being, there's a void in our society with our food and what we eat and the knowledge, the information. You know, the information is out there, but a lot of people either don't have the time or have the energy to look up that information, right, or find it. So my job and my task that I've been given through God himself is to make sure that the people that I come in contact with, I can share that information. I can help them with their overall well-being, and I can help make their time here on earth better. And to me, that's the gift from God, you know, and that's the blessing, you know, that I'm thankful for and grateful for, because I know that not everybody can do that.
Amen. And that is it. We could close right here, but we're not. But I mean, like, that is it. That is the thing. Once someone recognizes and utilizes the gifts that they have from God, it changes the entire game. And I'll have to say to you, your demeanor, like, I've heard several people talk about detoxes and various things, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you know, I'm all right, I'm good. It was your whole approach, your demeanor, the taking the time to walk through. I'm a researcher, ask a lot of questions, your patience, and then the quick results that came along with it. They were just the icing on the cake, but the first initiation when you engage with someone, that means a whole lot. So when they say that first impressions are lasting, that is so true. And yours definitely. We talked about you in our group text and going back. And
thank you. Oh,
yes, and I say
me.
that sincerely. I say that sincerely. So definitely a blessing, and you can see and feel when someone is walking in their gift, right? Because it comes naturally. It comes naturally. So I appreciate that, and really see that in you. So that's huge. That's huge.
Thank you. And that's the one thing I always tell people, because I do encourage others to walk in their purpose as well too. But I also say it's important as you walk in your purpose, be obedient to the word that's given to you, because you can be walking in your purpose and God gives you something and says something to you, and you just say totally ignore it. Then that means that you've ignored what was for you or not for you. So being obedient is very important. So I talk about that a lot, because there's been times when I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't think so, maybe not. And God would send a message or say something or send me something, and I was like, okay, God, I hear you. Let's get it.
That's right. I'll be like, God, let's do it. So yeah,
let's do it.
I feel it. So in terms of, you do a variation of things. Product and service. Out of all of the things that you do, what would you say is your most popular product or service?
The smoothies. The smoothies are the most popular. The 3-day detox is very, very, very popular. But I do have smoothie orders weekly. So I have clients that I deliver to on a weekly basis. So just the smoothies in general. And then would be the elderberry soursop vitamin mineral. So those same clients get it once a month. So it's a 30-day supply of elderberry soursop. So they get that. So it would first be the smoothies, detoxing programs, or just smoothies in general, then the vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, it's something about your smoothies that are extremely smooth, and no pun intended, like extremely smooth, that it made it it's almost like, you know how when you trick a child to eat something, you mix it and make it a certain way?
Absolutely.
I felt like a child, like you tricked me, you had every type of thing in there, and I'm like, what am I eating? But it tastes so good. So whole different story. But I absolutely I love the whole entire detox. So we're going to talk about my experience with the detox, but before that, in terms of all of the clients that you had besides me, tell me about one of your most memorable success stories.
Okay, so I have a client who, she's a nurse, and she wanted to do the detox program. She's like, Stace, I'm going away. I need to do this program. And I says, okay, so I said, what you have to do, I designed the program for her. We went through the particulars. She came, she picked it up. And so I said, okay, send me what your weight was, right? And she sent me her weight. And then within 3 days, she was down. Every day, she could not believe what the scale was saying. She said, this is unreal. Every day she sent me a text, this is unreal. So she lost about 8 pounds in 3 days. And she was just like over the moon. But it was so funny because she was like, I can't believe it. And then when she got on her vacation, she would send me pictures and all these nice dresses and how slim down she was. So, to me, that just makes me happy. That just, it warms my heart, because I know that what I'm doing is, again, a gift from God, and I'm doing it with love. And the results, when I hear about the results and what it's doing, it just, honestly, it warms me up so good, because, it means everything to know that what I've put together and I've worked hard to put together works, Yes. So, and anything you do, you want to see some type of results. So
yes, and that's what did it for me. I was like, okay, I can do this now. I can do this. But what we're going to do is we are going to take a quick break.
Okay.
People have started, viewers have started putting their questions and comments in the feed. So we're going to spend a great deal of time talking about that. So on the flip side, we're going to share my story, and then we're going to take all the questions that they had. And that's how we're going to rock and roll with our topics that we had. Does that work for you?
That's perfect.
Perfect. So thank you, everyone who is joining. And we are going to go to commercial, and we will be right back.
Are you interested in real estate investing but not quite sure where to get started? Do you want to get the know-hows on creating ongoing passive income using the buy and hold strategy? Hi, I'm Janice Bowles, licensed realtor and co-founder of B Premier Ventures, a real estate development and consulting firm where we buy and beautify distressed real estate, renovate it, and resell for profit. With over 15 years of investing experience, B Premier has extensive knowledge in rural land development, fix and flips, and rental acquisitions. B Premier's current portfolio consists of properties within Florida and Virginia. Our firm's services includes investor project consulting, project management, and group coaching. For more information, visit our website at bpremierventures.com and schedule a complimentary discovery session or subscribe to our email list. It's free. Follow me on Instagram at Janice Bowles for additional real estate investing tips. B Premier Ventures, we buy and beautify.
Welcome back, everybody. So yes, we are going to take your questions. I'm going to be looking at my phone and pulling them straight from them in order as I see them. So shout out to everyone who's on the line. So before we jump into the questions, Stacy and I are going to share about my journey. So there were a lot of laughs along the way. I don't think it was any tears. It wasn't too many tears. I cried at the beginning trying to adjust with the food, but it ended up working well. And some of your questions will be asked will be answered throughout, but we'll definitely go through and make sure that we answer all of them that we have time enough to do. So, Stacy, let's jump into the conversation of you and I. So one of the things prior to me meeting Miss Stacy at the Faithpreneur event, I had just in terms of the weight gain. So let's talk about that a little bit. COVID-19 was about 15 pounds responsible for that. As I mentioned, couldn't cook before, learned how to cook, was killing it. Cooking Chronicles, every week showing all my variations of food that I was learning to cook. So with that, not only cooking, but it was midnight meals. For some reason, I didn't have like that spark or whatever to cook during the day. So it would really be like close to midnight or passing through midnight. So most of the time I would taste a bit of it, not necessarily eat a full meal, but because of the lateness, it really started picking up. And then the second 15 pounds came from grief. So many of you who watch the show know that my mom transitioned November of last year, and then my sister February of this year. So during that time, I was off from work 5.5, 6 months, laying around doing things. I mean, I wasn't like I was moving about, but a lot of time was spent laying down, and it would be eating and laying down, right? Weight came on, went to Hawaii on a beach, right? Clothes wasn't fitting quite right. Then I walked past the mirror, and I kid you not. And I was like, okay, had a doctor's appointment, went, got weighed, and was like, check your scale, like something is wrong with your scale. No joke. Scale was 30 pounds heavier than my normal. Y'all know, anybody know me. I've always been thick, right? I think I skipped like size 6 and 8 from when I was little. I don't think I ever was. Always was thick, but never hit like that amount that I was like, that's how much I weigh. So anyway, fast forward, I started walking a little bit prior to going to Faithpreneur, just trying to get myself. But when I tell you my back, once I figured out what my weight was, everything just started happening, right? Surely it happened before, but my back started hurting. Kid you not, when I came in here, like y'all will see some of the tapes where I was like, put me down low, because I didn't want my stomach sitting on top of the table. But it became so visible. I had history of asthma anyway, so my breathing with it was not going well. Met Stacy at Faithpreneur. I already told you all what happened at the table with the smoothie. She tricked me. She put all these vegetables but made them so smooth that when I drank them, couldn't really tell the difference. So I tapped her and was like, you gave your number and the information to sign up. I already signed up, but it needs to be accepted. So this was us as we were walking out, right? Was like, this, I need to sign up. So when we talk, let's talk about our consultation.
Mm-hmm.
So sugar was a heavy part of my diet. Every morning, drink tea with milk, regular milk, and sugar. Now, I don't know how to pronounce it. I might pronounce it wrong, but I know how it looks and I know how to buy it. Agave.
Agave, yes.
Oh my goodness. That is my replacement. So that's the tip number one. She kept saying agave, and my niece was like, agave. I kid y'all not. I went to the store and I got a guava. It was a fruit. I got it mixed up. I was like, is this what it is? My niece was like, no. But I'm telling you all, agave, replace your sugar with it. It gives it that sweetness and that tasty that you need. I am a sugar person. It did not bother me at all. And Stacey, you probably were on the other line falling out your chair when I started telling you all. So
No,
very transparent.
I was not. I was not. Because I'm used to hearing, people give their stories and testimonials to where they are, and then opposed to where they are trying to go. So I'm pretty used to it. So it's always important to find the closest thing for the replacement of what you're used to. I mean, a lot of times people don't understand what that replacement is because you only know what you know until you know something different. So the agave is low glycemic and it's plant-based. So it does help sweeten up your teas or coffees. And instead of milk, you use almond milk or oat milk, or pea milk, which is a plant-based, a vegetable-based milk or plant-based milk. You can use all these other alternatives that will do the same thing just without, all the serious issues that come with it. So yes. You did really well. I have to tell you, you were on it from the time we were on the phone to the time we got off the phone. You went and got your waters, your coconut. You were really on it, and I'm super proud of you because I always say you have to be in it to win it. But I always tell people too, you don't have to feel like you have to do it all at once, and that's why I'd have the variation of detoxes, whether it's a 3-day, 5-day, 7-day, and some people do the 10-day. But I always say start small. It doesn't matter because it's about you started, period. And you started, so you should be super proud of yourself about that. I like I said, I'm proud of you because you've made a lot of changes and adjustments, and you're honest. And I think when you're honest with yourself about what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go or where you are now and what you don't want to be, that's the most important. So it starts with mindset, and that's very important.
Yeah.
And you had it.
Thank you. So we're going to mix it in because one of the questions that I was going to talk about was water. So I'm going to go to LaShawn Reese Briscoe, and then I'm going to come back to Allison Daniels' question. LaShawn Reese Briscoe asks, are you drinking smoothies as a meal replacement? If so, should you eat anything with it to curb your hunger?
All right, so the smoothies, depends. If you're on the detox, you're doing the smoothies. So with the detox, you start with a breakfast tea, and then you go into 5 smoothies a day. So traditionally, eating should be 5 to 6 small meals a day. So the smoothies are making up those meals. So the morning smoothie usually I put oats in it, old-fashioned oats, which help kind of fill you up for the morning. And then the rest of the day are your greens or your fruits or your berries, which help suppress the appetite. However, the issue is with a lot of time with people detoxing, especially with just drinking things, is that they're missing the chewing aspect of it. So the one thing that you can do on my program is you can eat raw foods. So it's just a matter of you missing the chewing. So you would be filled from the smoothie. Some people can't even finish the 5 smoothies or the drinks during the day. So a lot of times you can replace it with a salad, fruit, if you want to just chew fruit, or nuts, almond nuts, Brazil nuts, things that are high protein and fibers. So ultimately you'll have these smoothies during the detox program or these drinks, but if you feel like you need to chew, then you can have anything raw, but it has to be raw. You cannot have cooked food during the programs.
And raw food, actually, of course, when I heard it, I was like, like, I don't know how we're going to end up doing this. But then when you started naming, like, excuse me, and specifically fruit, I was like, I was like, I don't like that many types of fruit. And you were like, if you just need it as a filler. But the one thing, so I'll add this, prior to me starting my detox, when I told you, like, my routine, and I'm serious, y'all, so I used to drink sodas all the time, like all the time. And I did not drink water, not rarely drink it, not sometimes, not, I did not drink water at all. So she was like, hold on, as we're preparing you for this detox, prepare your body. Go to Costco. She sent me on a shopping script. Go to Costco, get some alkaline water.
Yep, the Essentia.
Coconut milk and coconut water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the coconut milk and water was afterwards when I started. But the alkaline water, it actually tastes good. So I got the big ones and I just started drinking them. And I weaned myself off of the Coca-Colas because I really, really wanted to do this and have not had a Coca-Cola since. Have not had a Coca-Cola, won't buy them, won't do anything, just buying water. But I say that to say, if you were eating like me, don't shock your body. Like when she said, don't shock your body, start transitioning. So yeah, I ate horribly. But I appreciate you telling me that because that helped me get my body in tune for it, right?
Absolutely.
So it may have been, I was like, no, let's not start next week. Let's start the following week. And, so we planned out when we were going to do this.
Yes.
But to LaShawn's question, the prior to, I went out and got fruit and other things because I was like, I'm going to need to chew on something. The first day, it was in my mind, I'm going to be hungry. I promise you all, I took them, pretty much spread them out. So I divided out the hours and what time I go to bed. And Stacey, you had said don't eat before 7:30. So I had started not eating. So my body was conditioned. I was even going to bed earlier so I wouldn't cheat or any of those things. By the second day, I didn't even drink all of the smoothies. I was full from it. And I didn't even need any of my extra things that I had bought to tag along with it. And as I told you all, I cheated, right? I had a day plan. It wasn't intentionally. I had a day plan with my staff to go and eat crabs. So in the middle of my detox, I ate crabs. So I probably would have lost more weight. And then the third day, I didn't even drink all of them because I went on vacation and I have a picture that shows because you have to wait yourself and come back. So we'll show that picture. So what happened was I had smoothies left over and even took them on vacation with me. So to answer your question, Sean, as Stacey said, you can mix it with the raw while you're on regular, but I ended up not using them all. And now, Stacey, as I make them on my own, I do mix in sometimes, but I go days with smoothies only. So it's not like you're left hungry. I think it was a mind thing because every time you said up, I would be like, but down, and I don't eat that. So for real, I really appreciate you like sticking it out with me.
You got it. Yeah, it is a mind thing. It's a mind over matter. And if you're used to something, then your body's used to doing that something. So you want to continue to do that. Men are a little different than women. We as women can go a little longer without eating. Why that is, not quite sure. But again, we're different. Men normally, because they're used to eating heartier, will feel like they need more in abundance. So they may fill up with the 5 as opposed to us as women not always wanting to complete the 5 drinks. But ultimately, it's it works. And drinking a lot of water is really important. Rotating your waters out are really important. So drinking maybe 1 week drinking purified water, another week drinking distilled water, another week drinking alkaline water. It helps rotate. It's just like training in the gym. If you do the same exercise over and over again, your body peaks and then it doesn't lose any weight. So when you drink different, it's the same with water. So as you're drinking and rotating waters, the body is now getting accustomed to different things and moving and motion. So that's why it's important to drink different water. And coconut water.
Yes.
A lot of times people think that coconut water is just because you're dehydrated. Oh, I'm not dehydrated. Like, doesn't matter. Your body is telling you something. So if your body's telling you something, if your muscles are fatigued or you're getting cramps in your legs or whatever, 9 times out of 10, you drink some coconut water, you feel a little bit better, because the body, without you sometimes understanding it, is dehydrated. And you don't sometimes know when your body's dehydrated. You have to then equip yourself with this coconut water and say, you know what? I think my body was dehydrated. I really needed that coconut water, because you feel a lot better. But then as you grow with yourself and understanding your routine and your body, you're listening more to your body and what it needs. Then you're like, you know what? I need a banana, or you know what? I need some coconut water, because it has that potassium that coats the muscles, that helps you move a little bit better.
And that's funny too. I didn't care for bananas. Now I use bananas in almost every smoothie. Well, not the green ones, but a lot of the smoothies. And just doing so, I just picked up a banana and ate it by itself. Now I like bananas. So it's real crazy in terms of how that goes. So let's go to the next statement question from Allison. I'm not a pill taker either, but I'm over 55 now and my metabolism has really slowed down. I used to exercise 2 to 3 times a day, but I don't always have the energy. What do you recommend to boost my energy?
A lot of times it's eating, it's resting, it's exercise. A lot of times people feel like, oh, I'm too tired to work out. And I get it. As we get older, it is a lot harder. Trust me, I understand. But if you just take a minute to see what it is that your body's asking for, whether it's rest, whether it's working out, or whether it's food, what type of foods, then you will become more adjusted to not feeling so tired and fatigued. A lot of times the tired and fatigue comes from inflammation in the system, which starts in the gut area. So if you're that tired and fatigued, you have some inflammation in the system. Where is it coming from? Why do you have it? What are you eating? What are you not eating? What are you eating too much of? A lot of times it's just looking and focusing on what you need to adjust in your system first, which is your gut, which causes inflammation, which will cause fatigue as well. And after you adjust that, are you getting enough rest?
Yeah, and oh my gosh, it's like what you just said was like the answer. Because seriously, like many people know, I didn't sleep at night. And that's been since I was 8th grade. My whole makeup has been different. I'm unique for real. Didn't sleep since the 8th grade. When I turned 50, like I started needing that sleep. But as I began to eat healthier, pick up on my walking, as I began to sleep makes a huge difference. And
Absolutely.
I used to be one that walk around, I sleep when I die, I sleep when I die. That whole aspect, sleep makes a whole difference. Like I didn't know that I was feeling how I was feeling until you helped me and the feeling went away. So I was like, wait a minute. It feels so different. I didn't know that the heaviness. I mean, of course I knew of the weight, but the being bloated and all that, I didn't recognize all of the different pieces that came along with it. Resting, and that increased my ability to walk more. I've been a walker, but it slowed down. I couldn't, I couldn't do it. But all of these things together, like it's just like when one improves, the other one improves. So this area really, really thanks you greatly for that.
You're so welcome. Also, too, I want to add for that question, the answer for that is it's really also important to, as we go through our days, we're used to the alarm goes off, you jump up, you jump out of bed. Lay there for a second. What you have to do, you will be able to get to. Trust me. Just lay there for a second. Sometimes you have to close your eyes again. Try not to fall asleep, but close your eyes and start your prayer, start your meditation from the bed. because you need to kind of condition yourself on where you want your day to go. And that speaks to the spiritual part of yourself. And a lot of times it's connecting and reconnecting with those things as well, too, that will allow you to align with your health, your wealth, and all these other things.
That's me.
So that really helps.
I don't get out of the bed until like 35 minutes unless I have to use the bathroom. And so,
Yes.
especially when I was on my detox, and I was drinking a lot of water at night, like with my pills, the morning I would have to get up, but I will come back, relax myself, and I meditate every morning. So I'm telling y'all, seriously, like all the different things that she added and all the things that she was saying, I tried them and they really, 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 really work. And you answered some of Allison's question, but because she had a second one also, and she was saying she's taking a 1-a-day woman vitamin pill, but not consistently because it's hard for her to take pills. Girl, me too. So I want you to talk about the capsule a little bit with the detox, but also go into the next person's question. So Allison's last part was, do you have a smoothie that I could possibly add in my daily routine? And then as you answer hers in transition, the next one from Atlas Ferreira is, what are the top 5 minerals you see that most people aren't getting enough of?
Well, okay. So the first question to answer is that what she can do is, if she doesn't like to take pills, a lot of times she may be deficient, even though she's taking the women's vitamin. She can do the B12 in a capsule. You can always open those capsules up if necessary. A vitamin D. A lot of times you'll find that as Black women, Black people, period, we're deficient in vitamin D, which tends to make us tired, fatigued, also get sick quicker. So vitamin D, B12s, or D3, all of these things, zinc, all of these things are really important to our day-to-day as far as vitamins and minerals to take. So to answer her question, get capsules or liquids. Liquids are good. Any smoothies that I have the minerals. It will help. But it depends. We have to develop what type of smoothies you're actually looking for and how often you're willing to do them, because one smoothie won't make a difference. You need to kind of be more consistent. So if it's just one thing that you want, we say, okay, that's the one thing. But if there's information that you need that you can do on a day-to-day, then we can get you there as well, too. And then the next question for Atlas Ferreira is the 5 top. Well, let's just say minerals are divided of, you have minerals in eggs, you have minerals in greens, so your spinach, your kale, you have minerals in nuts and almonds and Brazil nuts. However, the top minerals that a lot of times people don't usually go to are minerals that are not in the food, so to speak. So you have sea moss, you have bladderwrack, you have burdock root. So those are the 3 top ones. And those are the ones that you mostly want to focus in on because they have is about 120 is 120 minerals. So in each of those minerals is probably about 90 to 100. So you're going to get the most out of those particular type of minerals if you're adding them either to your smoothies or you're just putting them in your food. Right now, as everyone knows, sea moss is really popular. So I'm going to say sea moss is the top of the list, but there are so many others that you can go with. So bladderwrack and burdock root are 2 very important ones as well, too. Unless you're going to eat abundance of kale or spinach, they have minerals. Also, salmon has mineral in it as well, too. The zinc, the potassium, all these things these foods have, but we don't eat those all the time. Also, too, because eating too much of those things can have an adverse reaction on our bodies. So you want to go to more of the root part of the minerals as opposed to the food part of the minerals.
Yes, love it, love it, love it. And Minister Andre Watts asks, what does coconut water do for you?
Oh, coconut water is great. It hydrates the body. It hydrates the muscles. So you ever get a Charlie horse in your sleep, or you're working, you're like, oh my God, my leg just gave out. 9 times out of 10, you needed some coconut water or a banana. Bananas and coconut water kind of go hand in hand. I would not take them together, however, because they both have the potassium in them, but the hydration from the coconut water is really good. So it coats the gut as well too, as well as hydrates the muscles and the bones.
And that was.
And if you have a headache too, if you have a headache and you drink a little coconut water, that'll tell you whether or not you were dehydrated enough. If your headache begins to go away, drink some coconut water, see how you like it. But try drink the organic coconut water. The one that I tend to go to is the one at Costco's, which is or Kirkland brand organic, or Trader Joe's has one. It's a king coconut. It's an organic king coconut, which is fantastic as well too. And both taste really good. I don't do the Zyco and all those other things because they're too overproduced. And so you'll find that if you drink the organic ones as opposed to the Zyco and the other stuff, they taste a lot different.
Yeah, I definitely taste the difference in organic food. Like seriously. So for me, like the coconut water. So I first got hip to it from you when you were saying, as I was on my detox, take it to make sure that I stay dehydrated. It's something about it. Like I'm serious, y'all. I'm not making this up. As it went down my throat, it was just like refreshing my entire body. So even through the detox, of course, I made sure I drank that a lot throughout the day. But I went to Costco's and I purchased a large amount, and I drink it just like periodically, not like I drink the regular water, but I'll drink it like almost like every other day. It just gives like a nice feeling when it's going through your body. And so if anybody else have any questions, we can take a couple more, but I definitely want to share a little bit more about my detox and the results. So the one good thing is we talked through, so she talked through, babysat. When it came, I was ready. He was like, do I start today? She was like, no, start in the morning with the tea, the smoothies, and then the pills. I'm not a pill taker either. They were capsules. I can take capsules. Capsules are easier because they don't explode in your mouth. So the capsules were easy for me to take. So I didn't have any issues. And I just had to drink a lot of water. So because I needed to drink a lot of water with the capsules, and water started tasting pretty good. It started making me feel good. I'm telling y'all, I really saw the difference. I can't understand why I have appeared to be healthy like all this time. I haven't drank water in like years. And Stacey was like, okay. And it impacted some other parts, right? It ended up helping out with all of those different things. So over the 3 days, and I told y'all the crabs, it wasn't intentional. I had a date planned. Finished up the next day and then drank my extra smoothies. And right then and there, I lost 7 pounds. So the first day, of course, when I drank it, I stepped on the scale and I was like, I ain't losing nothing. The next day, stuff started moving around a little bit, right? And I was like, oh my goodness. I went on the scale and was like, are you serious? And I was like, maybe the needle is off a little bit, because I was like, I couldn't have lost this much weight. And then it made me excited because the next morning I checked myself again. Body did a couple little things, and I was like, wow. So I could not wait to text Stacey the information. But all throughout, I was texting her like, listen, I don't, everything that was going on. And she was like, that's not true. That's okay. Drink the coconut water, all the various things. Because I was just trying to feel, and everything was fine. It gave me more energy. And when I went to Massanutten, which was timely, I was very relaxed, was able to walk more and pick up everything. And as I mentioned, I went with my niece. So I had a picture of the snacks that she provided. So she had me looking at labels and everything. So I'm texting Stacey, eating a little bit better. I mean, I was on vacation, so I did eat some stuff. But I still kept losing weight, walking, drinking water, doing all these things. So I was like, okay, it's something to this. So when I came back, I had added up all of the weight loss. I think I was at 21 pounds altogether. Posted that on Facebook and was determined that I was going to get to my 30s. So Had my follow-up with Stacy, discussions about various things. So all the vitamins, everything. I was like, I'm going to get everything. What else do I need? Trader Joe's shopping. She helped me with all the likes of it. And then I just started playing around with different fruit mostly. I'll do my green smoothie with all the green stuff, but I didn't like melon before. I didn't like berries or anything. Now, strawberries, blueberries, like all the things that I never ate, it's mixing them all in together that they taste good. And almond milk, and non-fat Greek yogurt. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying these things. But it really tastes really good. So I'm just telling you all, and it's no joke. Like, I'm so excited. I feel good. And I can even, like, I've always had nice skin, but my skin is even smoother. It's like an automatic glow in variations, and my scalp is not as dry as it would be. It's just like a whole change, and I didn't know how good water was and how good it was for you. So definitely, I don't think we have any more questions. So any other information that you want to share? And as I mentioned, we were going through spiritually, emotionally, nutritionally, and physically, because all of those things go together. And the one that I definitee have to like share about is the emotional. I've been on up, down, and through my darkest season, like for real. And through this, God has kept me and maintained me, and I have shared that all along the way. But like feeling healthier and it's just a whole different outlook, and it really adds on to your life. So if you're going through something emotionally, as you're getting yourself and getting your body the physical appearance, make sure you get your mind and everything else right as well, because all of it goes together. So when you're stressed, it's going to be harder for you to lose weight and all of the variations of things. So last minute words, last minute information, and then please, by all means, share about the Just Do It special and your trip that you're coming to DC. By the way, y'all, Stacy is in New York. So I was like, can you open something up here? Can you do something here? So thankful for you creating this for the viewers. And everybody started asking about it. I was like, I can't answer none of those questions. I just went to her and she told me what to do. So share any last minute words, and then of course about the special.
Okay, so what I want to say is that when we talk about overall health and well-being, again, it goes back to the spiritual, mental, physical, emotional way of well-being, right? So they are all connected. But how are they connected? As funny as it may sound, they're connected in our gut, which sounds a little strange, I'm sure, to most, but a lot of what starts in our gut health kind of transfers through the whole body. Right. So if you are sad, if you're emotional, if you are depressed, if you're not sleeping, if you're not losing the weight that you want, and you feel like you've been working yourself to death to try and get these running your pounds off and they're not coming off, everything starts in the gut. Right. So gut health is very important. The detox is important because it focuses on gut health. I didn't design it just for a weight loss. I designed it because of a way of understanding to when you're starting on your journey of wanting to do something different, you have to first clean the gut, right? So that's why when she's saying that she's sleeping more and she's walking more, she has more energy, she's eating different, because now we've done a process of elimination of cleaning the gut health. Gut health is very important, and detoxing is very important to that. So that's why that aspect is important, and overall well-being. So a lot of times people also don't realize that with rest, right? So without having good proper rest, a lot of times that comes with depression, that comes with suicide, it comes with a lot of different things. And we don't think about these things being connected to food, but it is. It's connected to our gut health, it's connected to our food, it's connected to our way of life. So overall well-being is very important. Just for you to get up and say, I slept really well. And a lot of us don't necessarily always do that. And I get that, because even myself included, I'm not saying that I have a well night rest every night, because that's not so. But ultimately, I may sleep better than most because of the way that I eat and the things that I do. But like I said, I'm not perfect, right? So we're not perfect people, and it's inches a cinch, so to speak. And you just grab the bull by the horns, try and adjust the mindset to do something different. But think about, when you're thinking about a detox or anything else, just think about the overall well-being and what it's going to do for you and how it's going to get you going or get you started on your journey, the future for yourself. And that's most important. And to me, your overall well-being is most important to me. So that being said, I have a promotion going on our website at www.musthaveminerals.online, and the promotion is $10 off any of the detoxes. Also, you get an elderberry and soursop vitamin with it, and you're going to put in the code JUSTDOIT2. The code is at the top of the website, and you can just put it in your checkout, and we'll take it from there. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you can also reach out to me. The number and email are on the website, and you will be able to get me directly, and we can go through what your plan needs to be for your detox as well. So once you order it, then you reach out to me. You can via text or email, and we will take it from there. So I will get you started on your journey of overall wellness, or whatever that is the next step for you. All right. We're all bio individuals, so our bodies do not react the same. We do not think the same. We don't all want the same thing. So that being said, that's fine, because we can work on that together. All right. So I am here for anyone who needs. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And we did have one other question.
Sure.
Is almond water good for you?
Almond water. Not heard of almond water.
Do you mean almond milk? Andre, if you mean almond milk, just put that in there. Sorry, you were going to say something, Stacey.
Yeah, almond water. I mean, unless they just soaked almonds in water, that would be almond water. Almond milk is made through the pressing of the almonds through cheesecloth and stuff like that. That's kind of how you make the almond milk. It kind of it curls a little bit, and you got to squeeze it. It's a process. You can do it, but it's a process. But almond milk is good.
And I'm sorry, water, he meant milk. He meant almond milk.
But almond milk is good for you. Almond milk is fine. I always say anything besides regular milk is a plus. So you have almond milk, you have soy milk, you have plant-based milk, which is a pea milk, which is fantastic. You have oat milk. So you have a lot of different milks. You have kefir, which is, I believe that's more of a goat milk. It's not a plant-based, but it is a probiotic for the body and fermented, which helps with a lot of the gut health. Miso is really good for gut health as well too. There's so many things that I could go into for gut health and well-being. But yeah, so almond milk is fine.
So definitely, y'all go online, order your detox. She also has regular other stuff that she sells. So please go and look at her products. One thing I wanted to ask you,
Sure.
How frequent is the normal or is okay for a detox?
So it depends on the individual. So if you say you've done a detox with me and you say, you know what, I don't want to do a 3-day, I want to do a 5 or 7 day. After you do that 5 or 7 day, you can do another one within 3 to 6 months. If you're doing a 3-day, it's not as intense as you doing a longer time. But I always say start with a 3-day if you've never done a detox to see how you can manage it, because it's not necessarily always easy. So if you're doing a 3-day and you've done detoxes before and you're like, you know what, I want to try this detox, and you've done them before and you do a 3-day, then every 3 to 6 months is fine. I say you don't want to overdo it because you need a certain amount of good and bad bacteria in the gut. So, from that, you don't want to overdo and kind of washing too much of the nutrients from the body. You want to keep, you need it. You do need it. You know,
Yeah.
you need it like you need a certain amount of stuff in the body to break down your food, you know, so.
Awesome. So we don't have any more questions, but they are giving you shout out. Great show, great information. Thanks for sharing. So huge
Thank you.
shout out to LaShawn Reese, Barbara Moore, Minister Andre, Minister Allison, Tina Hunter, Cora, Atlas Ferreira, and Pastor Davida, co-pastor Davida Gaines Stewart, and shout out to her. She was on top of it. Facebook is down, and I'm like, okay, let me reach out. So thank you for helping me to go through, and then Facebook is back up, and I'm like, hey, Market, Facebook is back up. So she was on top of everything. She was not going to miss this. So thank you so much, and I missed one. No, that was Allison. So information, great. Thanks for making an impact in my life. And then the other thing is that definitely going to keep this going because y'all, I'm back to my regular size. My regular size is not like where I want to be. So we're going to do this thing. So I want to lose about 15 more pounds by like January or so. So it's cold outside. So I'm still going to go. I'm sticking with January. And one of the young ladies, I can't tell whether she's online or not. I only can tell when someone posts. But she inboxed me like so many questions. And I was like, I'm a client. I'm not the holistic person. So hopefully she tuned in and listened. But also she made a good suggestion. She talked about being consistent, just as Allison, and keeping it going. So she convinced me to create a Facebook group so that we can just chime in and talk and encourage one another. Even if we're on our walk together, perhaps we can all just be talking and chiming in or doing something or a clubhouse thing. So I don't know what that's going to go into, but I said yes, and I'm a woman of my word. So we're going to do something just to keep up with everyone, and we'll surely be inviting you in to help, to talk, or whatever else that you have going on.
You got it.
But there are no more questions. I'm not going to linger on, but one of the things, and she said, please post the website link again. So we'll post it here. It's also on my page. If you go to the posting before the one with the flyer, I have a flyer specifically with her information and Stacy's link. But I wanted you to talk a little bit because you're giving away as a part of this packet, in addition to the $10 off, them saving the $45 of shipping because you are coming to the DMV. But the other thing are the pills that they're just not any type of pills. You went and worked with someone. Thank you all.
Yes.
There's the flyer right there with the information, and work with someone and had them created. So talk as we close out about, I know I keep saying your final words, but about those pills. Like that's definitely a bonus, and I know that you sell them on Amazon as well.
So you can find them on Amazon, but you will be getting them in your package. I worked with a nutraceutical company. Like I said, I am out here to try and change everyone's thought on things, or on overall health and wellness, what they can do, what they can take. So there's no one makes an elderberry soursop, and I felt like that was necessary for especially COVID and the things that we needed for our respiratory, the minerals, and the overall well-being. Elderberry is great. It's an anti-inflammatory as well as soursop. Soursop, I can't put the claim on it. However, soursop has been known to help with the cancer cells in the body. So these are two very high potency things that have now joined together for I call it a super antioxidant. And it's really good. It helps with inflammation. It helps with digestion. It helps with the respiratory. It is, honestly, I have testimonials from clients that reach very far from the changes that they have endured with taking these capsules. So I'm very proud of this capsule, the elderberry and soursop, and it's a 30-day supply that you guys will be receiving.
Thank you. And do we just take them. So when I finish my current supply I have, do I just order another one? And so you can continue taking these like one a day?
Yes, one a day. So it's a 30-day supply. You continue to take it one a day. And, you know, when you run out, you just order some more.
Got it. Okay.
And
All right.
sometimes I do have specials with them as well. So you just have to keep checking in on the website and see what specials I have.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
Greatly
Thank you.
appreciate all of the information, all of the education, and your patience with me. Truly appreciate it.
You're
the
wonderful.
audience hearting you up. So great show, and we will definitely talk later. Everyone,
Yes.
order up. My daughter ordered hers. Everyone,
Yes.
order up, and I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend. We
Yes,
will
ma'am.
provide information to those who order for the pickup location, so you'll get to meet Stacy as well. So once again, thank you so much. Please provide
Thank
your
you.
information in the I'll provide it in this feed, but the poster and everything is posted on my page as well. So thank you so much, and thank you everyone for listening. So coming up next week we return to Money Making Monday. So the money making gurus will be here, and also that following week we have a team of authors who will be coming in. So we're going to be talking about some leadership, and I have a very special something going on with that. So again, thank you all so much. The show has been wonderful. Thank you for your engagement, and guess what? I'll see you all next week. Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.